Hi, my name is Bam, welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry I'm really far away. I've been balancing on my laptop at the moment because it's just the best angle I can get without setting a load of things up. But welcome to the first reading vlog of the year. Very exciting. It is Sunday of the first week of January. I haven't had a chance to really kind of like talk with you this week because a lot of my reading has happened in like short bursts, and I started back at work this week after having a week off at Christmas. So I've kind of been rearranging my schedule, kind of figuring things out, getting used to using this for the first time. We're figuring things out. I'm trying to get back into routines, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. You don't care. But yeah, so this reading vlog is going to be spanning, well, this week you've pretty much seen as much as I did film, and then I'm going to go into next week and hopefully talk a little bit more, so the video should be a little bit longer. But this is a little intro clip. I'm going to kind of talk about what my plans for next week are and my reading updates from this week. Do follow me on Storygraph, which I feel like I should link more. I'll put that in the description because that's usually where a lot of my reviews end up first, because I keep track of my reading over there. I finished the Hurricane Wars today. So for those of you who didn't watch the last reading vlog of last year, I did start the Hurricane Wars at the start of December, and then I hit like a kind of a bit of a reading slump because I was working so much, and I was very tired. I've been a little bit tired this week. I don't know if I'm kind of coming down with something, but I've been sleeping a lot, which is not something that I usually do. But I only had 3 work shifts this week and they were all lates, so it's not too badly affected me. Next week I have 4, and then I'm going back to my usual 5 shifts a week after that. But we've had a lot of like bank holidays and stuff, so we've just kind of been getting back into the swing of things at work, and thankfully it's not been terribly busy. I've just been tired, potentially a bit ill, I don't know, I'm keeping track of it. My sister went home yesterday after coming home for Christmas, and yeah, so Hurricane Wars, finished it. I'm on the fence about how I want to do my review of this. I'm gonna give like a relatively like short form opinion in this reading vlog, because I'm just kind of thinking about how I want to do reviews going into like this year, and I'm torn between doing this as an actual like sit down talky video where I kind of go into my thoughts in like really kind of high detail and kind of talk about my experience reading this, knowing its background that I talked a bit about. I did like share a lot of my thoughts in my last reading vlog, but I think having all of them in one place rather than scattered over a couple of videos is a good idea. But I'm torn between doing that as like an actual like video like this where I just talk to you the whole time, or doing it as like a journal with me where you have me making a spread in my reading journal in the background, but I don't know if that would be distracting from the actual thoughts. So if you have an opinion on that, feel free to share. I might also ask on my Instagram. I'm not sure. I don't really know where else to ask because my community tab posts don't really go anywhere. So yeah, I think I want to do like an actual like video review of this because I have relatively a lot of thoughts. It should be enough for like a 20-25 minute video, but I want to kind of like write them down first so I can organize them better, and do it that way. But I am just undecided about the format with which I want to do it. So yeah, Hurricane Wars. I ended up giving it 4 stars, which is a decent rating to start the year off with. I think generally speaking it was a relatively like medium paced sort of book. There were a lot of points where like the characters drove things forward more than any like plot did, and I think in terms of going into like the series, I'm interested. I'm very, very intrigued. I'm very excited. By kind of the end, I think because of the nature of the slow burn that is going on in this series, it can make some of the characters' thoughts a little bit irritating, because obviously we as the reader have both points of view of the characters, so kind of hearing them misinterpret and misunderstand each other can get a bit frustrating, I can't lie. Tail end of this book, I was hit with a smut scene I was not expecting. It wasn't like full smut, it was very much like usually what you'd get kind of in the first like half of a romance book, you know, when the relationship first starts off. But yeah, the slow burn was slow burning in this, and I'm definitely interested to see where it goes. I'm interested to see how the plot develops and what's going on, and I am annoyed that I have to wait so long for the sequel, but I will be anticipating it and I will read it as soon as it comes out, hopefully. I don't know when it's coming out. I'm going to try and keep track of that and keep up with it, but I'm really bad at doing that, so it might catch me off guard. But either way, good book. I will do a full review of it at some point, to have my thoughts be less sporadic, and I will go into spoilers when I do my full review, because that's the easiest way for me to explain my points when I'm talking about stuff. So there we go. 4 stars. Honestly, I'd probably recommend this if you want like an actual like proper slow burn, but if you get annoyed by characters easly, maybe don't. maybe hold off. But political wartime stuff going on, it's good. It was fun. It was a good time. I read a lot of it at work because I have the Kindle app on my phone, which syncs with the Kindle. So I think while I read most of it on this Kindle at home, I did read at least 150 pages at work during my breaks. So there you go. That's my review of the Hurricane Wars in this video. It's not much, but there we go. Otherwise, I think going into next week, I want to actually properly start on my reread of Pegasus and the Flame, which is in my room. I'm going to be like annotating that, and it's going to be like a good cozy little reread for me. I think a nice thing to start the new year with, just rereading that that whole kind of series, and you know, reading books that made me really enjoy reading when I was younger. I think it's a good place to start after kind of finishing this one. And then me and my friend, we are diving back into Icebreaker. We are mainly buddy reading it just so we can finish it and count it in our stats at this point. I think I'm literally like 5% through from when we started it months and months ago last year. So most of it will be read this year. And rest assured, I will do a full review on it because I can already tell I'm going to hate it. But we're reading it for the joy of reading it together. And I honestly just kind of want to see if it's as bad as I think it's going to be. And either way, I'm definitely going to film a review of it because I think it will be funny. So that's a future upload at some point. Don't know when. I'm not going to promise you anything, but it's there. It's in the ether somewhere. Going up on Tuesday, the Tuesday coming up, should be my 2023 reading journal flip through. I need to film that tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but I woke up at 11 o'clock and I didn't want to set anything up. So here we are. I will film that tomorrow and then edit it and get it scheduled to go up. Little bit last minute, but what we're going to do, I'm doing my best. And then literally I'm working Wednesday to Saturday next week, most of them late, so all of my stuff will be filmed in the mornings, which will likely be a hit or miss depending on how I'm feeling. But this reading vlog should go up on Saturday next week, and then after that, that's a special like 2 upload next week because I didn't upload anything this week. And yeah, I think after that, depending on what my time is like, I might be able to get this review up the week after, but I can't make any promises, and I want to make sure that my review is as like high quality as it can be before I kind of upload it. So other thoughts in terms of like uploads, I think I want to do a full physical TBR video. I feel like that would be a good one to upload this month. Just to kind of show off all of the books that I have, because to be fair, a lot of the books that I have like read or like don't plan on reading anytime soon are at my grandma's house, because they're among like the 2 boxes of books I put into storage, and most of those are like books that I read for uni or just books that I already read, mostly, aside from like a few of my Game of Thrones books, which I've just not touched since having them for like 5 years. But yeah, I think this year I want to get through more of my books. I want to try and get through more of my physical books because I have a lot of them, and just kind of trying to do more with that. But yeah, that's kind of a logistical thing. It really depends on what my time is like. And, you know, it does mean because my shelf is out in the hallway, I have to take lots of books off of my bookshelf to bring in here to film. And that is going to be a nightmare, but I will do it for you. So going into next week, we'll be starting this, picking it up. I read the first chapter, but I'll probably skim through it again. And then it will be a breeze because it's a middle grade. Look at that font. And this will be fun. We can tell that I've had it for a while because look at those edges. Look at those edges. Yes, so that's my next read alongside Icebreaker once I have corroborated with my friend about where we're going to start. Tonight, hopefully, I'm going to catch up on the next couple of episodes of Percy Jackson with my best friend. We watched the first couple of episodes back when they aired, a couple days after they aired because I was working, but yeah, I think a couple more episodes have come out, so we're gonna watch that together, and then vibe. And yeah, that's kind of all the updates I've got for you at the moment, and I will talk to you again probably in a couple of days. Bye. Hi. this whole outro section is like 2 weeks late. I got very swamped with work. It wasn't that it was necessarily busy. I've just been incredibly tired. I'm not gonna like go too deep into it. I've just been sleeping a lot and not really feeling very productive outside of like my job. I've written a little bit. I've had some good like creative spurts while I'm, you know, sitting at my front desk, but outside of that I've not really like done much. Reading updates though, I'm about 30% through Pegasus and the Flame, which is the middle grade reread that I'm doing. This is my Percy Jackson. And yeah, I've been annotating it. As we can see, I've got a little blue set of tabs in there, and that's been really fun and kind of really relaxing because I'm not exerting like loads of effort with it because it is a reread and it's one of my favorite series from when I was a kid. So annotating it is just a fun little thing for me, and I'm about 15% into Icebreaker because that's been really slow. I've not been in the mood to read it. Me and my friend who were buddy reading it have been joking around and coming up with names for our little like book club that I think we're considering doing. I'm not 100%, but I think it would be kind of fun, especially because I think a lot of the books that we want to buddy read together would make for quite fun like rant reviews from me because I'm very opinionated when it comes to bad books. So yeah, this is going to be a really short clip because I'm tired, like I said, and I just kind of want to get this sort of video done and out. But I have been reading. I've been trying to read at least a little bit every day. And other than that, I've been in bed a lot. At the moment, I'm backlogging in my journal of about like a week's worth of journal entries that I've just not done because, again, tired. I don't know what video I'm gonna film next. It might be my physical TBR video if I have the time. If not, it might be another reading vlog if I decide to do that. Otherwise, sorry, the tail end of this kind of fell off. I have no excuse. But I will see you in the next video, whatever that may be. Like and subscribe if you want. Yeah. Bye.